Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm really glad you're here today. We've got a great show lined up, and we're going to get started. We always love doing Mondays on Panhandle Outdoors, and it's just going to be a good show, and I know you're going to enjoy it. Let's start with our weather, brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Highway 77. And we're looking at it's going to get to 70s today. It's hard to believe, but still tonight that's going to be back in the 30s. You know, that's almost a 40-degree change. It's going to be really some strong weather coming in. It's going to be really cold again in the middle of this week. Today's like a little reprieve, but rain's on the way, and not going to be a good outdoor day. Don't look like, but don't let that discourage you. Like I say, high today 70. Let's look at the moon phase. This is interesting. Now we're on November the 17th, and we started. You know, we're still on a waning moon. We're going to have a new moon this weekend. That's why on the 22nd it'll be a dark night. And then on next Sunday we'll start the new moon. So be aware of that. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. And their motto is "When Caring Counts." Right here on 23rd Street. Looking at today's the 17th, folks. We're in a neap tide today. Not much tidal movement. We're looking low at 10 o'clock and high at 6:47. The marine forecast is coming out of west a little bit, but it's going to swing around to the north and be blowing about 15. Okay, so be aware of that. Listen, we're always talking about one of our big sponsors and been with us since day one is Sea Quarters Marine. They're out of Carabel. Carabel, that area down there is real special. You heard me talk about it, and we're so proud to have Sea Quarters as one of our sponsors. So we're going to go, they're on the phone right now, and we're going to get a report from them. This is Chuck at Sea Quarters Marina. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Winston.
How's everything down your way, buddy?
Well, right now it's pretty nippy this morning. The fishing down here is beginning to go into your winter fishing pattern with the days getting shorter and the temperatures dropping. We're beginning to see a drop in the water temperature, and that's beginning to take some of the trout out of the bay and up into the rivers and the mouth of the river. This week we had a Captain Tim Edwards catch a 32-inch trout under the 98 bridge.
Well, listen, Chuck. We showed that picture, and I had all kind of people talking about what a huge trout. What's the story on catching that big trout?
Well, he was fishing, in and around the 98 Highway Bridge, and fishing jigs real slow on the bottom. And right now, because of the water temperature, the trout want that bait to move slow because they're a little lethargic. But that's the whole deal. Is jigs? I think it was a Gulf root beer to be exact.
Yep.
And it was a nice fish.
Wow, it's beautiful, beautiful. Okay, what about now? Listen, you still catching a little bit of grouper down that way?
Yes, sir, gag grouper, because of the cooler temperatures in the water are beginning to move in a little bit. You have to remember that you can only keep gag grouper in federal waters, but we had a report of some gags being caught in as shallow as 40 feet this week. Of course, those fish had to be returned, but the gag bait is still pretty good if you can get out there on a good day.
All right. Well, that's a good report, buddy.
Well, we're glad to see the winter fishing pattern come in and chase some of these trout up in the river because they're a little bit easier to find.
Oh, that is true too. Did y'all have a good mullet run?
Yes, sir. The mullet's been running real well. In fact, we just had a mullet fisherman in here, and he was saying that he was over around Dog Island yesterday and netted up about 150 pounds of good-sized mullet.
All right.
So the mullet's still running.
All right. Well, that sounds good, Chuck. You tell everybody hello. We'll be down there soon to check on y'all.
Okay, Winston. You have a good day.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
Okay.
All right. That's Sea Quarters Marina. A good report down there. Just a unique area, and get a chance to ever fish it. You'll just have a great time. We'll take our break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Got 3 or 4 little pictures we want to show you to start off the week and all. This first one, this is big buck, but you're not going to guess where this big buck is. How about Bay Point? What? And there's a doe. You don't see it, but there's a doe out in front of this buck. and they're right there in Bay Point now. My guess is it probably swam across Grand Lagoon from the state park and just moving around a little bit. But they're still moving. They're trying to get some food for the winter too, so might be looking for food. Bay Point, big buck. All right. Next one, let's go to a big bear. All right, guess where this bear is? Right across the road from Mosley High School. I mentioned this last week. There's some apartments across there, so I'm sure I told my students we need to be on the lookout for a bear. They got all scared. I told them all they had to do is climb the tree and scream. They said, "Coach, the bear's going to climb the tree too." I said, "Yeah, that's why you need to scream." So that bear right there at the bottom of the stairway there. All right, next picture. Rick Cordy sent this in. Rick sent it to me the other day. This is just washed up right up there at Phillips Inlet. I can't, let's see, it says something on the back of it. It's from Titusville. But, you know, the storms we have, a lot of times, if you don't have your boat anchored, and we've talked about it with Rick on the show before, your boat's got to be anchored strong when these storms come in. All right, check out our next picture. This is Wendy Colson's son. This is Wendy Colson's son. You know, I fish with Tony Bass and Wendy Colson down in Carabel, and we fish a lot. And this is his son Grant up in Valdosta, and this is South Georgia deer, and that is a nice buck. I told Wendy I'd put it on the show because I know that those folks up there in South Georgia watch this on YouTube. So I want to say good morning to all of y'all, and that's a nice fish right there. Now I'm going to go back. I got a couple of announcements on posters I want to go to, and let's go ahead and start. We'll start with this one right here. Okay, the bass tournament is coming up on this coming Saturday up at Deer Point Lake, High Point Landing. It's a charity bass tournament for a Christmas tournament there, and it's put on by the Southern Bass Anglers, so it goes to a good cause. All right, the next poster I want to go to is going to be, let's see, this one right here. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun here. Check this one out. This is a big Red Bay Grocery. I know we got viewers up there in Red Bay. Red Bay Grocery and Nick's Seafood present the 2014 Boar Squirrel Blast-Off. They've done this before, and it is a hoot. I don't know if it's one of a kind in the country, but I don't many folks still doing a squirrel hunt. Now, here's the official rules. It's going to be on Saturday, November 22nd, okay? And it's important that you understand that you're going to only hunt that Saturday morning. You got to end hunting by noon that day. So it's not going to be a long, drawn-out hunt. It's going to be a Saturday morning hunt. And here, I'm going to show you how they're going to score. People say, how are you going to score squirrels, okay? You get 10 squirrels on a point system. Each squirrel is worth 3 points. And then you get a bonus for a headshot, and I like that. A bonus for a headshot, you get 1 point. And then you get a bonus for each male boar, each male squirrel you get, and then you get 5. Okay, then a tiebreaker going down what a tiebreaker is, the hunter with the most headshots, or you can check on it. But that's over there. That's over there at Red Bay Grocery, and I'm going to try to run over there and check that out. I just think it's cool. And then we got one more. Now this is tomorrow night. This poster here, trying to keep you informed on what's going on. This is tomorrow night over Gulf Coast, and this is interesting as outdoors people. There's so many things that in the outdoors, and this is a citizen lecture series on animal migration. A lady from the Audubon Society is going to talk about different things on migration. What makes an animal migrate? What makes them do this? What makes them do that? And it's going to be great hearing it from someone that knows a lot more about it. And it's fascinating to me that we can actually go out and hear these kind of stories. I'm going to certainly try to go there also. And I'll maybe get some little video and bring back if you can't make it. That's at 6 o'clock tomorrow night at Gulf Coast by the Audubon Society. And also, okay, this next little thing here, we were talking about last week. We showed this real quick, and this is just a little map of the dots and all from Ducks Unlimited, and talking about migratory birds. And Jeff saw this little red dot, and you probably can't see it now. We were talking, Jeff said, "What's that red dot about?" So I got curious and started checking on it. And the different colored dots, there's a legend here, and the red dot is a field report from like a biologist, okay? The blue dots are public reports from people like us, and then the orange dots are from different Ducks Unlimited people and everything. So this is interesting. You can go to Ducks Unlimited website, and it's fascinating. And Scott Lindsay told me to have an app for it. I can't find the app yet, but I'm going to try to find the app. But you can go there and reports. But remember last week when that cold front came in, they lit up with people talking about the mass, from like Minnesota and all. It's just a mass migration of ducks. They just took off. and people reported it. And that's just fascinating to hear that and read it, as all those ducks and geese are flying down when that really polar vortex hit. They were out in front of it. So that you can keep up with it, and I've got a couple reports already from locally, and in fact somebody saw about 15 redheads out of Phillips Inlet on Saturday morning. And that's interesting, just keeping up, even if not a duck hunter and everything, just seeing what they're doing. And I get excited about it because it's just a lot of fun to keep up with. And we got one more picture. We say the best for last. Our good buddy, our one and only, Bill Allen, with his crossbow. Got him a nice doe last week up on the Hidden Suns, camping out and hunting in that cold weather. Good job, Bill Allen. I'm going to let you tell the story when you get back here, and tell the story how you got that big doe, because I know you enjoyed that meat and all. I know Don enjoyed cooking it. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Don't forget now, I mentioned last week, I'm going to mention one more time, this Saturday is a hunter safety course over at Chipola College. You do the internet course first, and then you go to Chipola and get on their firing range. They've got a nice one out there, and you can take care of your hunter safety course. It's going to be, let me give you the number of the guy. It's Stephen Stewart that works at Chipola, 718-2286. 718-2286. Call them, because you need to sign up so they can register you, and that'll be something good to go in and get done this time of year. It'll be a good time, the weekend before Thanksgiving. Also, let's get ready to talk about hunting and guns. We paid our first visit to the Bay County shooting range, and Gail and I went out there with Rick Corley, our one and only Rick Corley from Panhandle Outdoors, and he did some demonstrations and all. This is just a visit, like a little 9-minute video, a visit to the new Bay County shooting range. So let's watch this video, then we'll be right back. All right, folks, I'm at a new Bay County shooting range. Been wanting to get out here for a little while, and we're going to check it out. First thing I'm going to do is put these on. Can't hear you now, but Rick Corley is supposed to be out here. We're going to go see if Rick's here. We're going to look the place over and tell you all about it. What we shooting today, Rick?
All right, what I'm shooting today is I'm shooting 357. Security 6 Ruger, a 9mm Glock, and a 45 Glock. It's as far as the size bullets. It's a Model 19 Glock.
Ceasefire. The
And
fire
the Model
line is cleared. You can
36.
go check on no post target.
45, and it's a Security 6. Is in 387, but I'll be shooting 38 special mid-range watercutters. And I'm shooting at the long range. The other two guys are shooting short range.
Short range is here.
Yeah, short range is to my left, and I'm gonna be shooting the arm range. I gotta go put these targets up.
Kind of high, so you don't hit the ground rifle behind it. This is the 50-foot, 25-yard pistol range. We have some targets at closer distance for people to get on. It's about 7 yards. The average shooter has no problem hitting it 50 feet. Most newcomers, it's a little bit easier to shoot a little bit closer. And it's always best to go with the biggest target you have in order to hit paper and see where you're at. Everybody should start out trying to get as comfortable as they can with their firearm before they really worry about where they're shooting. Once they're comfortable and they know the mechanics of the firearm, then they can get better on sight and actually hit better where they're at.
Okay, and it's open to anyone that's, in general, anybody come out
Yes,
here,
sir.
right?
Anybody can come out here. Basically, it's $10.65. That's for a guaranteed hour's worth of shooting. That's if my entire line here is full. We'd let you fire for an hour. We'd ask you to step aside, maybe go down to rifle ranges, let somebody else have a chance to get up. You receive an armband at who's paid, so we're not going to run you off.
Okay.
Want to go down to Boondocks or the convenience store, grab something to eat that time of the day, by all means do so.
So that's for the whole day, then you'll come back and.
Yes, sir.
Now you were the Game and Fish Commission.
Yes, sir.
All right. So how long have you been doing the shooting ranges?
With here, since we opened on the 10th of last month,
Okay.
I was a range safety in the military. I had 7 years. I was a deputy in Washington County for 11 years. I was an instructor with them. I worked for DOC. As little as we went to the range, really wasn't as much an opportunity. But I've been, around firearms all my life, been shooting, and like I tell people, I'll shoot anything once.
All right. So you enjoy shooting yourself? You
Yes,
really
sir.
enjoy shooting?
Yes,
What's your favorite?
Anything that pops.
Okay. All right. I think the guys are getting ready to go now. So
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, not a problem.
Okay.
So again, any hikes pack, once you get ready to load, please step back to the bench. All right, gentlemen, hands off of all firearms. If you need to load mags, now you can load mags. Anytime somebody's down range, do not touch a firearm.
This right here is a 5.7 millimeter. It's a very, very high powered round. This is your 357. This right here is the 45 ACP Glock, and this is a 9 millimeter Glock. That's what I brought today, and I also probably will, in a few minutes when I take a break, shoot a little 380 Star that I just bought from Tom and them at Money Miser. It was a nice little carry piece that I'm gonna carry.
Eyes and ears for everyone.
I'll shoot that 45 with no front.
Are we hot? We are hot. When you are ready, you may commence firing.
You want to bet on it or what? Sure. All right, let's step up. Same one he is. Same one. I'll shoot that.
Catch up, son.
Just make sure. That was 6 shots.
You only hit one.
Already hit front. No front. Center. Center again. That's what I was aiming for. It was the top.
Oh,
That's a 5.7 millimeter. They make one rifle that shoots it, and they make one pistol by FN. And it's made in Belgium. It's a really hot little round.
All right, we're gonna go over here and see how Rick did. You can see what a nice range it is.
All right,
All right,
this was with the 5.7. This was my 9 millimeter.
Okay. That 5.7 makes it smaller.
Now, this was my 357 right here.
That's a 357?
Yeah. And of course, this right here was my 45.
All right.
And I was shooting for this, so it's shooting a little high. My 357, that is not a bad because at the range we are. But the thing is, I can't blame the gun. That's I'm actually up a little bit. I should be pulling it down. But if you stop and think at the range we're at here, the distance with a pistol, that's lethal.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're close to it.
Yeah.
That's a good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Pretty good for an old man. You're gonna do this.
Yeah, I want to shoot this one.
How'd you
When
shoot,
you
Tom?
get through, you
Not
mind
too
if I
bad.
shoot ahead?
Yeah, this one right here?
Oh, I hadn't. No, this one. I was shooting at a short target up there.
He was shooting a short target up there.
The first time. This one, I'm gonna back up a little bit and shoot this long target.
All right.
Did you see right there?
Okay, that's Tom right there.
That's Tom, yeah, and
about 50?
of course,
Most
that's
days
all
you
in the
average
black,
about
that's
34,
bad news.
35, give or take.
That's good shooting there.
Put up a new target, you can just,
I'm going to do a little closeout now. I'm going to come here a series of times. This is our first trip here, so Rick, thanks for the invitation. Hey, that's some good shooting.
Well, for an old man, the biggest problem is when you get bifocals, you have to concentrate on the front sight. And when I was younger, I was a better shot because now, right at the distance that I need to be, I got to have these glasses so I can see the front
All right,
sight.
gentlemen,
That means you lean your head back
things
and you
here.
don't get as good a shooting as you used to.
if we're in the process
All
of
right.
firing.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Go and visit there. Some great shooting up there. It's a nice range. Let's take a look at our fish and game forecast today, brought to us by Mark Cowart of Edgewater Beach Realty, 832-6000. Our times today, 7:43 to 9:43 this morning. A great time to be out. The rain had come in. And then tonight, 8:05 to 10:05. Folks, that's going to do another show. We're going to wrap it up. As always, we want to thank you for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We thank the Lord for these beautiful sunsets and hungry fish. You do something good for your fellow man today. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.